It's Dizzy. I'm out at the farm. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I do rotational grazing. And it's not too distant past, I redid how the field was. Now, when I originally got out here and started doing rotational grazing, I had the field divided in half. This is about the halfway point. So they had either that side or this side. A vet had recommended that I give licorice less grass because she was just too fat and she was worried about founder, and I couldn't really think of a way to do that, and did have some trouble with her last year. She wore a grazing muzzle most of the summer. It's not fun. It means that it's now hard to get a halter on her because she thinks I'm going to put a grazing muzzle on her. So I come up with the idea to divide the field into thirds, and I had a alleyway over on this side. Realized I didn't really like that. It made it very difficult to do anything in the field. If I was putting hay out all the way back here, the hay stall is the end of the run in there. I had to get the hay and then either duck under the electric fence and hope that I didn't hit it and get zapped, or I had to come all the way around here. So now that I have it like this, it is definitely much easier. Of course, there's work involved in it. You might be wondering what I have to do in the way of chores and how long it takes me. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. I have a manure spreader. I cannot put all the manure from one section of the field in it. So what I normally do is I get the manure spreader, hook it up to my mower, come out, park it at one spot, and collect all the manure from whatever section I have opened up. Depending on the thickness of the grass, it can take anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes. Right now, we're in the middle of a dry spell again, so the grass isn't really growing that well. And it took me, I'm not sure, but I got it done yesterday. I had 5 buckets that I got out of this section of the field, another 3 up front. It takes me the longest to get it up front because of the chickens. They like to spread the manure out, and if I just left it there, the one section would be nothing but manure because they like to poop right by the hay stall. And I can get 2-3 buckets a week from right there. So yeah, I don't leave that piling up. And I lots of times have to get a rake out and rake it all up, which adds to my time. Once I get rid of the chickens, or the majority of them, I don't think I'll have as much trouble with that. Then once I get the manure spreader filled, I drop the spreader. And then I come out and I mow. Now yesterday, because it's been so dry, I was basically just cutting the tops of the weeds off, and I don't even know that I mowed the whole field. It only took me about 12 minutes. If the grass is really thick, it might take me half an hour, but it's not long. Then, once I had that cut, then I come out and I spread the manure. And then it sickened the ground too good yesterday because of how dry it is. But I mark where I've spread the manure so that when I start next to it. So next time I spread manure, I don't know if you can see the post there or not. The post there, come over, lines up with the post here, and there's another one over there. Then when that's done, if there's more manure in the field, well, if I had too much manure in the field to fit in the spreader, what I do is I have a couple of small manure buckets that I use, and that's what I put it in. And then I go up in the front area, get the rest of the manure, bring it out, spread it, and then I go over it with a old chain link fence. I go completely over it one way, turn around, go back the other way, do that twice. Doesn't take long to do that. It doesn't take long to spread. Now, I do not mow the front section every week. I thought about mowing it this week, but it wasn't that bad. I also mow the parking area. I didn't mow that. They'll both be getting mowed in the not too distant future. And then of course, once everything's all spread and cut, then I had to change the ropes around. And it has taken me a little bit longer now since I've got the field divided into sixths instead of halves or thirds, but still, it doesn't take me too long. And if I had a bigger field, I could also just have them in each section for a week, and I would have then 6 fields, or I could have it so that some of it is blocked off and see if I couldn't make my own hay. But all told, it normally takes me between 2 and 2.5 hours in a week. Now, if I did my field the way a lot of people do, where I had the horses in the barn and I was having to clean stalls every day, it would take me about between 20 and 30 minutes to clean the stalls every day. I used to work on a horse farm. I'm fairly good at cleaning stalls. I can clean a stall normally, if the horse has been in it all night, between 10 and 15 minutes. Tops is 20. So that's 2 horses. So you're talking between 20 and 30 minutes a day, times 7. Let's see, that would be 140 minutes or 210. So that would be over 3 hours. The amount of time that I spend doing all of this is less time than it would take me to clean the stalls in a traditional setting. So for me, it's worth the time. I like the way the field looks. Of course, I'd really like to have some higher grass in here, but they're calling for rain this week. Hopefully that happens. We have not had a good rainfall out here since Hurricane Debbie. We got, I don't even think it was 1/10 of an inch not too long ago. And so there you have it. That's what time it takes me to do the chores. Of course, there does come a time in the year when I stop mowing, and I'll still continue to spread the manure. And then there'll come the time when I stop spreading the manure, because the one disadvantage of my spreader is it does not spread frozen manure very good. And when that happens, I have plenty of places out here that are low, and I just put the manure in there for the winter. Normally, just need to do that for January and February. If we have a really cold December, then I need to do it then as well. But there you go. That's what I need to do for chores, and I will talk at you later.